I think it'd be hard to watch anybody who has tens of millions, if not billions of dollars, flaunt their wealth in front of you while you're trying to find out where your next dollar is going to come from, and if your water's going to get shut off, and if you might get evicted from your house because you can't afford rent because you don't have a job. What's up, everybody? What's on the menu? Back at again with another video, and this time we're here to talk about how the Met Gala is starting to reveal what people actually care about these days. Before we get started, just want to say thank you to everybody who has become a recent subscriber. We are now at over 500 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody, and I can't wait to keep putting out awesome content for you guys. I appreciate it. And as always, don't forget to like the video if you like it. Don't if you don't. If you like more social media and pop culture related topics like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, let's get started. I was on Instagram recently and stumbled across a post that ESPN made about the Met Gala. They were highlighting a lot of the unique and bold fashion choices made by celebrities as well as other rich individuals. Though the Met Gala is a fundraiser and seats have a cost of $100,000 each, the general public of non-rich and famous people let their comments be known and where their real focus lies. A common sentiment being seen is how people don't really care about the Met Gala and how expensive and extravagant the whole ordeal is, or the fact that it feels very dystopian and almost like the Hunger Games in a sense, where people are dressing in very outlandish outfits while people are actually starving and trying to find a way to eat, while not being well compensated in their day-to-day lives as normal individuals. As previously stated, a seat to the Met Gala, even though it is a charity event, costs $100,000, which is not an amount of money that most people even make in 1 year. So the fact that the majority of the attendees can just fork over $100,000 for one night, while their outfits can cost tens, if not tens of thousands of dollars to show off just for one night, is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, as they're basically flaunting their wealth, while other people are basically living paycheck to paycheck or in worse, crippling debt. For example, Rihanna and her partner A$AP Rocky both attended the Met Gala. Each of them, together, they have a combined net worth of over $1 billion. So forking over $200,000 for 2 seats at the Met Gala is basically a drop in the bucket for them. Meanwhile, for the average American, $200,000 would change their life. But the fact that they're able to spend that on one night out just for a fashion show, while also flaunting other aspects of their wealth in the faces of the people who provided them the career to be able to do so in the first place, is a pretty solid reason to me to be upset. For those of you who don't know, the Met Gala takes place in New York City, in the United States. Right now in the US, the economy is not as healthy as it used to be, and people are starting to feel the effects of that. Jobs are not available as they once were. Gas prices are tremendously high, as well as the price of groceries, as well as airline travel. And on top of that, rent and housing prices are increasing as well. With all those factors being considered, people's focus has shifted. The days when people looked at celebrities with bright eyes and bushy tails and marveled at their talent and their ability to, keep us captivated with their on-screen as well as off-screen performances, reality is starting to look a little more dystopian as we try to cope with our lives one day at a time. To keep it a buck, I'm someone who's currently in between jobs right now, though I do have other streams of income to keep myself busy and have money coming in. Not everybody is as fortunate during these trying times. And to add to that, I think it'd be hard to watch anybody who has tens of millions, if not billions of dollars, flaunt their wealth in front of you while you're trying to find out where your next dollar is going to come from, and if your water's going to get shut off, and if you might get evicted from your house because you can't afford rent because you don't have a job. And this concern is becoming more and more prevalent within American society. I'm not here to dictate how anyone spends their money because I know that no one can tell me how to spend my money and vice versa. But when the wealth gap continues to increase day by day and the prices of things are becoming less affordable for the average individual, while those who have way more than enough are flaunting their wealth in front of us, it becomes harder to want to interact or even entertain people who are throwing around amounts of money that most people would only dream of ever touching. A lot of times when we see dystopia in fiction, we're like, oh, that could never happen in our society, or no, our world doesn't look like that. That's not possible. Of course we don't live in a dystopia. And for those of you who are unaware, I'll put the definition of dystopia up on the screen. And for those of you who don't feel like reading, a dystopia is an imagined society characterized by extreme oppression, dehumanization, or fear, often depicted in fiction as a broken, futuristic world that acts as a warning. These narratives typically explore systemic failures, totalitarian control, and the erosion of human rights, serving as social commentary on real-world issues like technology, inequality, and politics. Just based off of that definition alone and the key characteristics that are listed for dystopia, does anything in American society today point to the fact that we currently live in a dystopia? All in all, I completely understand why people are more disconnected from the Met Gala this year than ever before. Life is definitely feeling a little bit more difficult, and money is definitely not as accessible as it used to be for a lot of other people. And things in our society are changing, some things good, and a lot of things not so much. But what are your thoughts? Do you think society is changing for the better and people are overreacting, or do you think that society is actually actively getting worse and people have a reason to be fearful and we're actually living in a dystopia? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Deuces.